say, like my advice would be like, don't worry much. That's the first thing. Like, people are asking how would I will find a job, or Canada is like there's a multiple job opportunities. No, it was like during the COVID time, but like in Canada, processes are smooth enough. It's not affected by COVID much. You know how people are here, how they
Yeah.
react when you talk, but like people are all here, very friendly. Who told me to like, whenever you reach here, just meet me on the next day. And so he was like so good, I would say. So he recommended me to three CPA, which are like are Indian origin. I would say like hurdle is at every stage, right? Whenever you go to new things, or even if it's in India or like any country.
Hi guys, welcome to LeapScholar. My name is Saket, and today, in today's session, we have with us Jinali Shah. Jinali is a chartered accountant by profession, and she's currently working in Canada. Unlike most of the people, she moved to Canada on a work permit, and that's what makes her journey truly intriguing. So in today's session, we will be asking her about why she decided to move to Canada and how has her journey been like, her experiences, and lots more. So thank you for joining us, Jinali. It's a real pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure to talk to all your audience and share my experience.
Right. So let's start with the first question. So students, a lot of students who follow Leap Scholar on Instagram, they have seen you on our Instagram page, creating reels and, the informative content you create, but they might not know more about you. So can you please elaborate a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, so I'm basically from western part of India, Gujarat,
Right.
and by profession I'm chartered accountant. And like I came here on a work permit, and I'm doing like I'm working as a tax consultant here.
Right. So obviously, you didn't study in Canada at all, right?
I wouldn't say that I didn't study because I need to appear for like my 3-day exam.
Right.
So that I cannot count as like my whole, 8 months study, but it's just a 3-day exam I need to appear to get CPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So any particular reason you chose to move to Canada instead of say the UK or Australia or any other country as such?
Uh, I was like always planning to go abroad in terms of, a good lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, good earning. So
Right.
I think Canada is a good opportunity for all the freshers, even the professionals. So I chosen that, yeah, ahead of like all the Australia and UK.
So any particular experiences or like few things you like about Canada and the few things you don't?
So like everything has like pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
So in Canada, like everything is right about your pay, how your lifestyle is, how, your is weather. But sometimes, just for a few months, it's like a cold here. But it's not much. Like as far as like people live here, they get used to it. So just the weather, I would say that it's not suitable for me, like at least me.
I think
Yeah.
most of the students or people who move from western part of India have this complaint, the weather, because I think in Gujarat the weather is kind of pleasant all year long, right?
Yeah, exactly. We don't like need to wear a jacket, sweater, all this stuff
Okay.
on a daily basis. Yeah.
Right, right. So, like talking about, coming to Canada on a work permit, let's talk about one topic which kind of, everyone is interested to know about. That is LMIA. So, did you need the LMIA when you moved to Canada?
Yes, I need it because I wasn't like studied here, and I wasn't able to get the PGWP like all the other student get here. So I
Mhm.
need to go through that long process called LMIA.
Right,
And so I was required to do that. And my employer have applied for one, and I got, and yeah.
right. Okay. So, can you elaborate a bit on the procedure? Like, how did you get one?
Yes. So, like, I would like first tell what is the LMIA, right? So, LMIA like stands for Labor Market Impact Analysis. So that application normally says to Canadian government by employer that he is not able to find Canadian citizen PR, not the student or worker, but just the citizens and PR in
Right.
Canada with particular skills like professional skills, education, and he so he's not able to find it. So that's why he wants to have some foreign worker to work on that.
Right.
So for that, they need to apply to a Canadian government. It's like long process. They need to apply, like give some advertisement on the 3, 4 websites.
Right.
And it's like a 4 week, it needs to be ongoing. They need to interview people. So it was like actual scare of people here. And that's why I got the job. But I would say if your like profession is highly skilled, then I think it's recommended to go there. Otherwise, if it's like labor job or, the like B or C level job, then it's hard to get a job. Yeah. Like LMIA, sorry.
Right. So like, obviously, you needed a job offer to actually kind of apply for the LMIA, or the, of course, the employer kind of applies it for you. So how did you kind of apply for the jobs?
Okay, so it was like a totally vague what I was doing. I wouldn't like recommend anyone to do that. They can also try, but what I did when I was in India, I got my business visa. So I was aware that I'm going to Canada for to appear my exam. So like between that time, I was applying to different job portals like LinkedIn, Indeed, and like all the accounting, because I'm from accounting field, so all the accounting website. So by luck, I got one recruiter who told me to like, whenever you reach here, just meet me on the next day. And so he was like so good, I would say. So he recommended me to 3 CPA, which are like our Indian origin. So they are, I think, aware of it, like how this all struggle works. So they offered me the job. Yeah.
Right. So your employer was pretty supportive during the whole process, I believe.
Yeah, that he is the main one, I would say. That employer is the main person who did all this for me.
So how long was the procedure? Like, how long did it actually take you from, let's say, starting from looking for a job to actually receiving an LMIA and then getting the visa? So how long the procedure was?
Yeah, I would say it's like 7 to 8 months, because the process is slow, like a little less within 2 to 3 months. But to get a job, to get in, like to go for an interview, to select for one, to get it, go back and forth. It was like total 7 to 8 months. I need to wait to get my work permit and LMI.
Right. And how long did it actually take for the visa? Like if we just talk about the visa process.
Okay, visa process is good. Like pretty easy enough if you are in Canada.
Right.
So if you're like, there is a one Canada government website where you can look up for what's the processing time. But it depends on the countries where you apply. So if it's in Canada, you get normally within a 40 to 50 days. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I got it in 35 or like 36 days. So after my employer got LMIA, I just applied on the next day by myself.
Okay.
Yes, and I got like in the 35 days visa. Yeah.
And was it before the COVID times or during?
No, it was like during the COVID time, but like in Canada, processes are smooth enough. It's not affected by COVID much.
Right. Yeah. So did you actually travel to Canada during COVID or?
Yeah, I traveled during COVID.
Okay. And how was the experience like? Just the traveling experience. I think a lot of people face a lot of struggles, traveling to Canada, even students for that matter. So, how did you kind of manage, the traveling during?
I'm not aware like what the situation currently are, like what's the eligibility criteria to get into Canada. But when I was here, like that, it wasn't like much restrictions there. I need to just like get my ticket and come here just to appear for my exam.
And did you have to quarantine when you kind of got to Canada?
Yeah, a 14 days quarantine was there at the time. Yeah.
Right. And did you find it like difficult during that time? Obviously, being new to a country and obviously not knowing where what is, and it's pretty difficult, I think, to manage on your own.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, on the first day I was like homesick. I was feeling, oh, I need to go to home. I don't want to stay here for a single day. I just want to like book my flight to go back. But like within a few weeks, everyone like got settled here. Yeah.
Right. So any specific hurdles or anything you actually faced during the process, something which actually kind of made you worry about the whole process? Any one or two things which kind of made you really worried?
I would say like hurdle is at every stage, right? Whenever you go to new things, or even if it's in India or like any country. Yeah. So the first thing I would say, it's not like much major difference for everyone, but it was that I'm like pure vegetarian and pure Jain. So I need to get my food. And people are saying, yeah, you can get like vegetarian, but it's not a case. So don't worry, any of you are a vegetarian. So that was like first my question. Oh, how would I survive with my, all those religious views? So yeah, so that was the first thing. But I came, I understand that no, I will figure it out. So that was good. The second thing is culture, that I wasn't aware that, how people are here, how they react when you talk, but like people are all here, very friendly. Yeah, they are open to you help and anything. Yes, so it's good here. Even they like here, you will get your health card, like health benefits. So you don't need to pay for anything. If you got sick or anything, you can go to any like pharmacist, doctor, and you can get everything free. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, like you said, like you're already in the process of getting a CPA status in Canada. So, like, like obviously, did you appear for any exams or something, or like anything?
Yeah, I need to apply for exams in May, but it was got cancelled because of the COVID, because for a safe distance and all. So it was cancelled in May. So I'm going to appear in September, this September. So my exams are like after 15 days. So yeah, that I need to apply for.
So just one set of exams, or do you have to prepare for more exams?
It's one set. It's just a 3 days exam. But I wouldn't say that it's easy, because it's like same as CA final, I would say. Yeah. It's a like case study. It's some separate. So in India, like we have a typical question and answer, right? So it's a question one, you need to answer it. And here you will get a whole case. It would be a 5-hour case. Yes. So I need to solve that. Like I need to sit at one place and solve that 5-hour case. Yeah.
Okay. And was your like CA qualification widely accepted by Canadian authorities?
Yeah. So if someone is aware, I wouldn't say like it's properly accepted, but being a chartered accountant, you go through like many like you must have a experience, articleship experience. So everything will help you. Accounting will not change anywhere, right? You just need to learn some tax perspective, how these some accounting terms are different here. Like we call there in India as a financial statement finalization. Here we call as a compilation. So like there are some differences that I need to know, that what's the terms are here. And yeah, so those are some different, but those are like accepted. They know that Indian CAs are here exempt for many papers, and they will be CPA soon. So they know, yeah, the CA is well recognized, and they accept the people who are CA.
Right. So you have someone at your workplace who's from India as well and a CA?
No, I don't have any like at my workplace. I know that like some people here that who came here, who cleared CA, like CPA here, and they are well, like got a job and everything settled.
Right. Okay, so my next question is, obviously, because moving from India to Canada, obviously there is a complete shift in the way you work and the way systems work. So how's the work culture like? Any major differences you see between Canadian and Indian employers, for that matter?
Yeah, so that like in India, it depends on like your employer could be fine, my employer could not be fine, but here we need to work for 5 days a week here. In India, I think some companies are accepting 5 days a week in India also. So, but as far as I know, a small CA firms and the small industries, they still prefer 6 days in a job. So there might be a work-life balance, like imbalance. So that I can consider as the first advantage here. And it's like 7-hour job. We can do work from home, and there is no like employer-employee relationship. Everyone is like friend. Okay, so if you have any question, they can ask. It's not like any employer-employee relationship.
Perks of working in Canada, as in like maybe I would say on from a perspective of diversity, like Canada attracts a lot of people from all over the world. Like how's your workplace like in terms of multiculturalism, or because the society is known for its multiculturalism and diverse kind of people.
Exactly.
You have like people from all over the world at your workplace?
Exactly. Yeah, I have one Chinese colleague, one Greek colleague, one Jamaican, like from Africa. One is like from my state, Gujarat. So like I have everyone into my office, so we can like speak in some different languages to each other. Yeah, so it's multicultural here.
Great. So one question which kind of makes me very curious is, obviously because you didn't study in Canada and you came to Canada during this COVID times where everyone is kind of, social distancing and stuff. Was it difficult for you to make friends, at the start? Or do you have
Yeah,
any
I'm not like, I don't want like much friends. I'm like good with myself. So I'm staying here like alone.
Right,
And I have like some friends here I met here. So yeah, I didn't like went through a lots of process to find a friend. Yeah,
right.
it was just a process that by all the time I just got some friends and we are together.
So you don't socialize much as of.
Uh, yeah, because I have like my office life, and when I came back, I need to study. So yeah, not much. But I do like contact some people on Instagram, just talk. I don't like go out much with friends.
So do you connect with your friends back home? Like, are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, sure. They are like close connected to me because I'm just here, like, a few years back.
Right.
Yes.
So any one of them kind of planning to visit you, maybe something like that in the future?
Yeah, I have my one friend. She's a doctor, but
Right,
she wants to like come here. Yeah, so she's planning to come here.
right, right. And how often do you connect with them? Like, of course, there is work life to kind of cater to, and then obviously you'll be cooking and cleaning and doing everything on your own. How often do
Yeah.
you actually connect with people back home, including your parents or family and friends?
Yeah, so parents, I like regularly call my mom twice a day,
Okay.
morning and yeah, at night. So I'm more connected to my mom. Father is he's on at top, but still I am like more connected to my mom in terms of conversation. So I call her twice a day, and for father like once in a week or twice in a week, and to friends maybe a weekly.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Right, right.
There's always a message conversation on the like social media, but still.
Yeah, obviously, I think people connect over Facebook and Instagram these days anyway. Back in the day, I think we had Skype only. When WhatsApp was not there, and now you can just kind of drop a text and you're connected. So I think
Exactly.
technology is kind of really kind of helped, especially people who live away from their homes to kind of connect with people. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. So, Jinali, one last question I have for you is obviously, because we have a lot of students or, professionals from India who actually want to move to Canada for the studies or maybe work. What piece of advice you would actually give them, like a genuine piece of advice before they come?
So on the student visa, right?
Anything, maybe a student visa or maybe a work permit.
I would say like my advice would be like don't worry much. That's the first thing. Like people are asking how would I will find a job, or Canada is like there's a multiple job opportunities. You will get a job for sure. If you I would like definitely say about Toronto. So if you like live in Toronto like GTA, then you will definitely get a job. And so don't worry about your job. How would you cover your fees? You will cover everything. Even I didn't study, but I know like people who
Yeah.
study, who came here, on the low by taking a loan, and those 15, 16 lakh rupees, but
Right.
they would be like able to cover it within 2 years, I would say. Yeah, if they are like good enough to cover it early, that's their that capability. Yeah, so there is no need to worry about how they would get a job, how would they survive here in the weathers and all.
Mhm.
But like everything is easy. Don't take like lots of stress that how will we manage. You will see all the desi people here like us, like me.
Right. Obviously.
Yeah.
So like do you plan to kind of stay in Canada permanently or any intentions of moving back to India maybe after getting some work experience? What's your future?
Yeah, I like my LMIA is a permanent residency support, so I will get PR in a year, like
Right,
after I complete my 1 year of
right,
experience. But like my sister and like brother-in-law, both are chartered accountants in India, so I like set up some KPO services, outsourcing services there already. So if it expands and I will get some value addition in India, like in Ahmedabad, basically from Ahmedabad, so I will plan to move back to India.
right, right. That's strange actually. I don't hear people saying that quite often. So
Maybe I'm just new to it, that's why I'm telling it. Yeah, but it like depends on your thoughts, right?
yeah,
What you want. You want family, you want, uh, you know,
obviously, and I think living alone is very, very challenging, and like especially when you have to do everything on your own. managing your personal and professional life in a country where obviously, you're still new and still kind of finding your feet every day. So yeah, so because, even I was an international student back in the day, and, I know how it feels, being homesick, and, you have all
Yeah.
kinds of weird emotions running through you. You're making food, learning how to
Mhm.
make parties and everything. So I think that's a process which everyone goes through, irrespective of
Yeah, really.
the visa you get. Like some people go for work and some people for study, but I think the process
Mhm.
is pretty similar. Cool.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
right. So, thank you, Jinali. I am sure this session is going to help a lot of people, and especially, who are planning to move to Canada on a work permit. And it also would help people to understand what LMIA is, and, how the process unfolds and how long it will take. It was a great pleasure to speak to you. Thank you so much for your time,
Yeah.
and good night from India.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining at at this point of time. I know you have work tomorrow, so thank you once again.